Hello, everybody. Ryan Carpenter here with No BS Golf, presented to you by P45 Knuckle Down Golf. That's right, Central Georgia's location for all your golf needs to improve your game. Come on down and check us out. We're partnered with the Golf Pub right here in Warner Robins. That's right. Don't go to Atlanta. Don't go to the coast. You got everything right here, folks. There's no need to go anywhere. I got you taken care of, whether it's the clubs, fixing the swing, playing the game, you name it. We go inside to develop the skills, and then we go outside to put them into action when we get on the course. Get started right now. It is spring. WMPO week is here. This is the kickoff. That fun lead in. A whole lot of fun seeing all them pretty ocean shots all from January till now. But this is when we really blow it up, and we start marching quickly towards, guess what? Masters season. It's coming. That's right. I mean, spring's here. Today is, in fact, going to be the first day where we breach that 80-degree mark down here in Georgia. I know, everybody up north going, da. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I'm from Kansas City. See, most of my life spent in the cold. I don't want to live that no more. I'm tired of that junk. I came here for one reason and one reason alone. Golf all season long. Well, we had other reasons. But anyways, we wanted to be in the warm. So it is time for that. Quick topic of the day, Mr. Breeder. Michael Breed, if you don't know, one of the big names in golf, of course, and happened to work at Augusta National, in fact, there for a long time, I had a little topic. And so I want to lead into this the right way. You've got to be careful with YouTube, for one, and even the good content on YouTube. And obviously he's good, and he's not wrong about anything. That's not what we're about to talk about here. But the one thing about YouTube, I break it into two parts. You got to be careful. Some of the information is incorrect. So you got to be able to know how to navigate this little YouTube world and say what's right, what's wrong, first of all. Second to that is then you have to be able to say, okay, of the good, the right stuff, does it apply to you? Because it may not. And even if it does apply to you, are you getting the entire set of information? That's going to be the number one thing with the good information. There's not enough to go with it. And that's where this comes into play. So he's talking about a swing I would never analyze on purpose for the normal everyday player, Sergio Garcia, because while he has the same basic pattern that we see with all great players, and it's the physics of the club and stuff, that's where it all really stems from. But anyways, while he has the same pattern of movement, he does it in a little unique way that I would never teach on purpose to anybody. In fact, he's the exact example of why I don't like the word lag. Lag is a terrible word, because it can be misunderstood and definitely misrepresented, not on purpose, of course, not with intent, but unfortunately that's the way it goes. And so he's talking about it, and he's going through a set of things, and it's good, and I get the idea, but it's the pattern we want to develop with the idea that he's running with, and he keeps using the word lag, and it's just because when people try to lag in real time, they start to go aggressive with their wrists and certain bendy angles. And so what takes place is they start trying to bend the wrist in so aggressively, like back here, like Sergio, and they almost hit their back shoulder like that right there. Bam. That's why Sergio, he brings it down and he clanks his back shoulder right there. Go watch. You'll see it. His shaft will briefly just kind of graze the shoulder there. And that's an aggressive move. And I mean, it takes some incredible hands to even come close to lining that thing back up by the time we get to the moment where it counts. And so while old Breeder's talking about some cool things that are opposite, absolutely, of almost every amateur golf swing that exists, other than a tiny handful that have learned how to do it better, it's not the whole story. There's other part. So the problem is you take his awesome drill. I love the drill. It's great for drill, but it's you try it. The problem is you got to know what to expect by trying just that drill by itself one, and know that you're doing it even remotely close to correctly, two. And then you got to know what the output should be related to that, especially in the beginning. And I'm going to tell you right now, and he's talked about this in other shows, so he doesn't connect the dots. He gives you all the information, but it's in parts. You're going to go through what's called the ugly zone at first. And so until you know how to understand the ugly zone and what to expect, this whole laggy idea thing is going to get a lot of players in trouble. And it's not on purpose. And he's not telling people to overlag for sure. That's not his intent, but it's just the way it's kind of presented is a little. But now, he's got a big audience, and he's got to be, kind of a little more. I'm not careful with what I say. I'm going to tell you how it is, whether you like it or not. And if you don't like it, that's okay. I'm fine with that. No problem. Hey, at least thank you for tuning in. But he's on a large scale audience for sure. I got nobody watching this stuff. So, because of that large audience, he's got to be real careful with how he presents stuff. And I get that. And trust me, behind closed doors or in a larger conversation, he's going to say the same things. He's like, well, yeah, you don't want to be doing like crazy risk stuff. He knows. I know he knows. I've heard him. I've listened to this man for 15 years now, probably, whatever it's been. And he knows. I've heard him say these things. So you just got to be real careful with this content, folks. It's the word lag is just such a. So when you give input verbally, especially, and until you've done this long enough to know this is why this happens. It turns into different things when the observer, when the person soaking it in thinks and then tries to feel the way it can come out all kinds of different weird. I'll be honest. I think that's why Sergio's is so unique. Go look up his swing, slow it down. Look at it from a side view, especially. It's a very wristy, aggressive. In fact, I remember him talking, I believe, one day. Tell me if I'm wrong. Go look it up. You'll probably be able to find it. I believe he said it was the turn the light off drill. He was taught to grab a light switchy thingy and turn the light off, turn the light off, turn the light off. So, and if you compare it to what old Breeder's saying, it looks a little different, and it's a little bit different compared to his little side army old classic drill that we've done for, hundreds of years. I don't know how long, 50 years, let's say. So that's the thing. It's just, you got to, this is the whole point of why I do what I do is I've been through all this stuff. I learned the sidearm drill about 30 years ago, maybe, roughly for the first time. And did I try it? Yeah. Did it work? Nope. It didn't work. It gave me a general idea of something I could try to do better in my swing, but it didn't create magical output is the problem. And it's because there was missing information. It wasn't the whole story. There was more needed. Well, I've spent the past 25 years studying everything so that I have the entire story and I can present the entire story and make it more clear for you all and get you past this pattern. I know a lot of you are in this pattern because I've already seen and heard some of you come through the door and you tell me all these things and you've done the YouTubing and you've taken the lessons and you've done the things and you're like kind of still, you fluctuate, man. You get down, you might shoot a couple 77s and 8s, but kind of up to the 84s again, and maybe even a little higher in the beginning of the season, but then it comes back. You're kind of in the zone of scoring realm, or you might be on the other level. Maybe you're I start in the upper 90, I get to the lower 90, there's 188, but I can't quite. It's just, how can I get Pat? You're missing information. Plain and simple. That's all it is. And then the process to develop it. And so I can do that. I've done this with hundreds of players now. I've spent the time to study it. I still study the hell out of this. Trust me. I got guys like Breeder and these other top 50 Golf Digest instructors that I work with on a regular basis, learning and developing new information from the new information that they're studying and providing for us as well. And so I've got all the answers now. I mean, I got the majority of the answers. I ain't got it all. Any good instructor is going to tell you we don't know everything, even 100% yet. So, but there's missing information. And at least compared to what y'all have received versus your learning standpoints, it's just way ahead of that at this stage because I've been doing it for this long. So we can get this done. Now's the time to do it. You don't want to wait. And spring's here. I'm excited. It's going to be so much fun. WMPL week, man. This is exciting. Leading us into the Super Bowl. I know nobody wants to watch my Chiefs. Hi, Pat. But I'm excited, obviously. I spent my whole life in KC. We were terrible for 30 years. So, anyhow, be on the lookout. I know, boy. Let's see here. I wanted to. Well, no promises. I'm hoping by week's end. But, anyways, do you like wedges? Wedge giveaways coming up real soon, but you got to have some things you got to do for me, okay? So like, subscribe, share, get that word out, and obviously on all the socials, the at P45KDG on the old Twitter machine. There's the QR code from my website up there. Go click on that right now, please. Instagram, the real P45KDG, and P45 Knuckle Down Golf. Look it up. Oh, if you could go to Google as well and leave me what's called a business review. I'm supposed to be asking for that a lot. I need those. If you could really help me out with that, I'd appreciate it. So for now, Ryan Carpenter, P45 Knuckle Down Golf. Let's go out to the golf course, folks. It's time. Take care.